Ooh.
Oh, there we are.
Hey. Hello, everybody. It is my first time GMing, so I might be a little nervous and ramble. But welcome to Vibrant, Visible, Victorious, which is a show of one-shots. It's a space for BIPOC, white passing, and mixed biracial peeps included who can get together and play tabletop role-playing games. And is hosted by Welcome to the Party, which is dedicated to creating a welcoming, inclusive, and diverse tabletop role-playing games experience. And I would also like to have a shout out to the channel sponsors, who we wouldn't be afloat without them: Tabletop Loot, Sonordware, and Devon Rue, Mistress of Maps. And links to that should hopefully be in the Discord chat. Also, today is Trans Day of Visibility. And I just want to say to those seen and unseen every day, we see you, we hear you, we celebrate you. Your life is valid, your pronouns are real, your safety is mandatory, and we will not let you be erased. And remember that you don't have to be out and proud today, just be safe. Let those of us who can be loud for you, and your experience and identity is valid either way, and we love you. All right.
Yes.
And now comes the part where we introduce our players, and I don't actually have access to look at the Twitch stream, so I'll just go by our group chat software here. We will start with Vesuvius. Please tell us who you are and a little bit about yourself. We'll get to character introductions after this, so just you. Talk about you.
Okay. Hi. My name's Vesuvius. I don't. I'm not super active in terms of streaming. I have been running a little 5e campaign for a while, but I've been playing tabletops for a while. Played a lot of games in college. Just generally into all sorts of nerdy things: video games, anime, tabletop stuff, obviously, and yeah. I don't know what else really to say. I'm big
Where
nerdy.
can we find you?
I'm
interwebs.
On Twitter at Vesuvius, same way. I think it's spelled on the stream. I also don't have it open, so. Yeah, that's where I post whatever funny stuff that I find, or just post silly little things that I am doing about on the internet.
Right, and Morgan.
Hi, I'm Morgan. My pronouns are both they, them, and she, her. This is my first time with Welcome to the Parties and the 3V as well, so I'm super excited. I've been doing a little streaming here and there, actually on Victory Condition Gaming, which they're actually watching tonight. I saw them post, made me happy. Also, I'm part of a podcast, a campaign, part of Roll to Play, which is they do basically just one shots, but we started a campaign of Mask of the Red Death, so I'm a part of that right now, and I'm excited to see where that goes. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Sabina Bezos. My handle is on the stream. I have it up so I can see everybody's thing on there. So, yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Ed.
Hi, I'm Ed. I'm a Chinese American, and I've been playing RPGs for probably about 2 or 3 years now, off and on. I do a lot of online play as well as IRL play. So yeah, a little bit of everything, and really excited to be here. I go by he, him.
Awesome. And last but certainly not least, Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. You can find me on Twitter at Katie Peak, which you can see on the stream. On Twitch, you can find me as Macaroni and then the letters KTX. Very sporadically, I stream Tetris 99 because I love Tetris with all of my heart. Then again, I also love many tabletop RPGs. So if you happen to come by the occasional convention, maybe I'll be at one of those conventions.
Awesome.
She, her pronouns, Chinese Canadian.
Awesome. And I guess last me. I am Miriam. I will be the DM GM for tonight's game, Orchestral Treble. You can find me on the internet at media_junkie, and I am currently writing a South Asian fantasy campaign setting for 5e, and I will actually be running a one shot in that world end of next month in April. And that being done, let us get into Orchestral Treble, which is about a band of orcs doing their thing. And I believe the name for your group is the Pitch Orcs.
We are the Pitchworks.
All right, let us introduce each band member. Let's start off with the Mandolier.
I'm Twang, the Mandolier. My sister plays in the band. She's the lead singer. And I love throwing some good insults. And I really love seeing the smiles on people's faces once we perform. Oh, I am a Tempest cleric, if that matters.
See how that goes. And then we will go next to the lead singer, Yeet.
Yes.
Please tell us about yourself.
Hello, I am Yeet, the lead singer of the greatest band in the world. She is the bard usually, and me and my brother formed this team together, and we're going to get all the way to the top. I just love performing so much, and the world is going to know our name. I have long, glossy, flowing blonde hair, and I often wear a sparkling baby blue leotard and purple gray tights under a thin leather jacket. So if you see me walking down the streets, if this was an anime, you'd see like sparkles around me as I walk down the street, and everyone pays attention to me because I'm just so amazing.
All right, and now we go to the flautist.
Hi, I'm Dude. I'm the flautist. I don't like talking much. I'll just stay in the back if you don't mind. And yeah, you see a tall, lanky orc with a shaved head and sort of slouches a bit, but they always have their flute on their hands, just in case. And sometimes they'll just disappear in the middle of a crowd when you least expect it. Who knows how, but they do.
Okay, and last but not least, drum roll, our drummer.
Crod is the drummer. He likes to hit things very hard. He has 1 strong, 2 strong, 3 strong hit to make good music. And Crod is simple, man. He enjoys sewing in pastime. You can see by patchwork vest on with one arm, other sleeve torn off of many different colors. Crod has dreadlocks that go down to this height, and they have little tiny tassels on the end of them so that Crod can use them to hit drums too when irons are occupied. Crod known also as Cherry Cheeks because sometimes Crod blush during performance and he go very hard in his drums.
Awesome. Okay, so what genre of music does the Pitch Orcs play? Or what's their style?
I think we had a bunch in chat. I don't remember if we settled on one.
One of them was polka rap, I believe.
Let's go with that.
Yeah. That's fantastic. You could be finding yourself. Every band has a phase.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're just in our Pitch Orc phase right now. And right now, the Pitch Orcs do polka rap, which is going to be very interesting for me to perform as a singer. It's fine.
All right, polka rap it is. So you have been performing at the local tavern for some time now, and The name of the tavern is the Shaggy Dragon, which is one of the few places that will let you perform and maybe even pay you a little stipend for performing. So are there any signature moves that you break out during your performances?
Yeah, Twang likes to do a big windmill arm while he's going, and then he'll rock his hair back and forth as well.
Yeet likes to somersault into a split and hit a high note.
Interesting. A death drop, bass drop, or something.
Like it'll be like a large strum from Twang, and then a somersault into like a cymbal, and then a except higher, but I can't do that. Real show-stopping note that she demands applause from, but she doesn't always get it.
Yeah. Well, you have certain abilities from which you might be able to get what you need from the audience. And how about Crowd or Doot Doot?
Crowd has when he's really kind of getting to the rhythm and trying to make a drum solo happen, he gets really intense and like pulls his clubs out and is hitting the drums harder until he like punches a hole through them and then stomps them to kind of get through the rest of the skin on the drums, and then pulls out a second set of drums.
Sort of like a Hendrix.
Yep.
And Doot Doot?
Doot
join?
Doesn't really like to be flashy. They just enjoy the music, but being a part of the band, they got told they need to be flashier. So they started to do like a flute solo, sort of like in like a funky sort of era, and just sort of, I guess, do a dance with it. Like, I don't know. They're really awkward when it comes to being out in public. So they're like, oh, what do I do with my body?
All right. We'll see how all of this goes. So after one of your how about let's see how tonight went. If all of you want to roll performance checks for me, we'll see how tonight's performance went at the Shaggy Dragon.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you were all somewhat in sync and gave a great performance. Not an amazing performance, but good enough that the Shaggy Dragon has not kicked you out tonight. And you are welcome to have lodgings here after you perhaps go find food somewhere else. And as you walk down the side street, out of the Shaggy Dragon, making your way to perhaps some late night dinner of some kind, you see 4 cloaked figures step out of the shadows in front of you, the glint of blade reflecting in the moonlight. Their faces are covered with a black cloth mask.
Hello, we don't do encore. Please come back tomorrow.
At this point, they're not saying anything. They have weapons, and you get the sense you should reach for your weapons as you are now under attack. Who are these people, and what do they want from you? And we shall roll initiative.
Ah, dang it! I was gonna have a Doot run away real quick, like just.
Well, if you roll high enough, you should be able to do what. Running away is totally an option for this.
They weren't gonna run away. They were just gonna hide away.
There we go. Good initiatives.
Wow, good initiatives. 18 so far.
So I will say, Morgan. Actually, you both get to go before you. You see all of them ready to basically stab you really hard with the blades they have, these four cloaked figures, what do you do? You can choose between the two of you who will act first in initiative.
I have a useful spell for everybody else before.
Go ahead.
So as they run at us, I'm like, looks like we need to teach these folks why we don't give encores. And she just like steps back and she casts fairy fire.
Right, and you're aiming it at the four?
At the four. So they need
Okay.
to make a saving, what kind of saving throw? Charisma or wisdom?
I believe it's a dexterity. What is your initiative modifier? Sorry, what is your spell save DC?
It is 14.
14. One gets lit up with essentially your fairy fire. What color is your fairy fire?
Bright magenta.
Okay, they are lit up like a neon sign.
Yep.
The other
Usually,
three.
I don't like others to be the center of the spotlight, but I'm sure tonight we'll be making an exception.
So one gets lit up like a neon sign. The other three seem fine, and that is your action. Are you moving? They are about, the four of them are about 10 feet away from you, for the purposes of distance, as we are doing the theater of the mind here.
Yep. I will stand strong with everyone else, and just for the record, for anyone who doesn't know what fairy fire does, the one that is lit up, you now have advantage against that person if you were to hit them with various things.
Yep, and this alleyway is actually fairly narrow. It is only about 10 feet wide, which means you can only go two abreast. So I will say, because you were first of the initiative, that Doot Doot and Yeet are probably ahead, with Twang and Crowd falling behind.
Okay.
And you are in an alleyway of, I would say there's like a 2-story building on either side, and you know that these back alleys are residential areas, and there are flat roofs. With all that said, I believe Doot Doot, it is your turn to act.
Well, there's not many places to hide. There's not many places to sneak or hide or climb. And I'm in the front. So
Well, there might be fire escapes nearby, like, you know, for buildings. So you could attempt to climb at the very least. They may not be like a proper ladder or anything, but you could attempt to climb if you really wanted to climb up.
yeah, I think I'm going to climb up so I can get a little distance between me and them. And
Give me a climb check, athletics check, please.
athletics. Ooh. What about acrobatics? No, I'm kidding.
I will allow you to do some parkour, but the DC for it will be much higher.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, Mario wall jump up this 10-foot alley.
Okay, so unfortunately, you don't get enough leverage to get all the way to the top, but
Okay.
you're kind of hanging on by your nails on essentially a window ledge of one of the houses on the upper story. And at this point, since all of you are not very perceptive, what is your AC, Doot?
My AC
As
it is, hold on, look at there. A 15.
so you get 3 crossbow bolts to your back as you feel movement on the roof, as there are 3 archers who nobody had spotted up until now. And you take some damage.
I figured.
Take a little math here. You take 36 damage from 3 bolts that were sneak attacked. Are you still up?
Yep. Not. Yeah, it's not looking great, but
But that is their turn. The ones on the ground, and everybody else now notice as you see Dude sort of climb up and then and 3 crossbow bolts just go right into their back. And you notice now there are 3 figures moving up on the roof, and the 4 on the ground will decide to attack and go after the first person who acted, which is hello, Yeet.
Hello.
And those are not a surprise attack, so it will be 1. What is your AC?
It is 15.
All right. With their maces, that'll be 1 hit, 2 hit. Oh my god. So that's 4 hits.
Okay, so this will be a short stream, right? That's what you wanted? You wanted it to last about 20 minutes? Is that what's happening?
I am unfortunately rolling rather well, which maybe I'll banish this dice for a little bit. Okay, so that is a total of 17 damage from those maces.
Oh, okay. I see what's going on here. It's fine. It is fine.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 38, I feel like a 21.
Okay, and then next in initiative will be Crow.
All right. So
If I took that much damage, do I need to make a concentration roll for the fairy fire?
You'll need to make 4, actually.
Okay, 4. And they're all 10, I'm guessing, because
Yes.
that's how that works.
It's not enough. As much as I said this was not going to be a combative game, I forgot I wrote an ambush into this.
1, 2. Oh, failed. I'm doing all of them
so
anyways to see
sorry.
what happens. 3.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Nice.
One fail.
I know.
One
I
fail
just wanted
works,
to
so
see how I would do,
yeah.
and it turns out not bad. But
Not
either
bad.
way, the neon fades. The neon
Yes.
purple fades from this one.
Yeah. So you will not get advantage on any attack unless there are other things going on that'll give you advantage. However, Kurt, what are you doing?
all right. Crud doesn't like to see what's going on now, and he is going to grab his great axe and go into a rage and just charge the first guy that he can reach with 2 reckless attacks.
Go for it. Yeah, that hits.
So for 13 damage there.
Yep. Not looking too great.
Gotta go another one
All right.
Nice.
for another 11.
Yep. And is this lethal or non-lethal damage?
Lethal. Crod's not thinking right now.
How do you want to do it for that particular player? That particular not player, a particular thug.
Crod is gonna run up, and the first like slam is gonna be like into the side of the guy, like kind of cutting part way into his like stomach, and the second one is gonna be kind of a lower swing down up into the guy's stomach and lift him up, and Crod's gonna be like, "We are closed," and just slice through him.
Okay. And now it is Twang's turn.
Twang pulls out his mandolin and he says, "Nobody does that to my sister." And he starts playing the chords for Grease Lightning and casts Lightning Storm. Or sorry, Call Lightning. And let's see if I can do that in spells here. Lightning.
I'm gonna say because there is no map that you strike it at a point where it doesn't get your sister as well, because it is a 5-foot radius.
Sure. Yeah. I was going to cast it at the 3 at the top.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, of course. Yes, you could totally do that. All right. So that is the damage.
And DC
If it
14.
okay. That is a fail. And yeah, you hear a crack and a boom, and you see it hit something on the rooftops. Doot Doot is the only one who gets a pretty good view of what happened, as one of these archers on the rooftop gets sizzled with lightning. Still up, but not doing too well.
Okay.
Are you moving or doing any bonus actions?
No, I think I'll stay where I am at this point.
All
Yep,
right.
that's my turn.
All right. Top of the round. It is again between Yeet and Doot Doot. You can decide who goes first.
We're gonna let Doot Doot go this time.
Oh, Dude's hurting. That's all I gotta say. She's gonna. Oh, geez.
Go ahead.
I'm just trying to think if I should split the party more than I'm doing, or I'm already up there. It's gonna take me like 5 more feet to get up to the top, or
Yeah, I'm gonna say at this point, you can spend your action to climb up if you don't want. Well, no, that would be a move. Yeah, I'll say you can spend your movement climbing up, and as you climb up, there is only one of the archers with you. The other 2 are on the opposite side, so you'll need to do like a running jump or, the long way to get there.
yeah. And they know I'm coming, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dang. There goes my sneak attack. Alright, well, I'm gonna hop over, pull out my flute dagger, and I'm gonna do a swing.
Well, you do have special darts. If
Oh, I do have special darts. Let me get to. Oh, hold on, my thing's not working. There we go. I can boop them with the dart.
like to use one of them.
I will go ahead and pull. Does the flute also shoot out darts? Is that right?
Yep, it is. It is a modified blow gun.
It's a multi-tool. Excellent.
Most of your weapons are multi-purpose. Most of your music weapons are multi-purpose.
All right, so I'm gonna shoot a poison dart at them.
All right. I don't see a number there. That is. Oh, okay. There. It's. You still have to roll. For the attack.
Oh.
So what you would do is just roll the dart. Attack.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. That is definitely a hit.
Okay. Oh.
So now the rest of it resolves, but you can also do damage as well because it is a D4. Yeah. You just click on the flute on the chat.
Oh shoot, sorry.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So
I don't roll 20. I'm sorry. I'm learning.
Perfectly fine. Okay. So 2 things happen. It is the one that also had call lightning on it. So the dart goes in, and they fall down to the ground, paralyzed, but they're also dead.
I'm not sorry. And then I'm gonna duck down behind maybe like that. Is there like a wall that I can hide behind?
I'll say there's a bit of a ledge. Yeah, you could attempt to hide. On their turn, I will ask you for a stealth check. So
Okay.
just hang on to that.
Sounds good.
Okay. So that was Doot turn. Yeet, what are you doing?
Okay, so am I surrounded by four people somehow?
You are, however, your bandmate Crode is there. So you could move around. I'll say yeah, Yeah, I guess you can't leave there. Oh, but there's only 3 left actually because 1 died.
Okay, well, I'm just going to point at one of them. Like, I'm not going to attack with my rapier, but I'm going to like point at one with them, and I'm going to say, if you thought my brother's attack was bad, this next one will shock you. And I will cast Vicious Mockery from the words that I just said.
Okay, that's a fail. So you roll your damage, and I believe they get disadvantage on their next attack.
Yes, they do. Boom.
Okay. All right.
3 damage. And with that, I will also turn to Crowd and say, these people have nothing on us. We will show them what the pitch orcs can do. And I give you Bardic Inspiration.
Nice. That's
The
a
bonus
D8.
action.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
A D8 on
So
your
that's a
next,
D8
and either your
attack.
roll or your damage roll.
No, it's attack roll, ability, and saving throw.
What college of Bard are you?
I am a Bard of Glamour, I believe.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Okay. And it is now all of your assailant's turn. And I will resolve the one that is currently been viciously mocked, as they will now go after the bigger threat, which is the drummer. And what is your AC, Crod?
It is 15.
15? That is a miss, as they are about to hit you and then see you with your big intimidating presence and they're like, ah! And then somehow miss at the right moment, for you at least. And then the other 2 are going to try to gang up on you, and only one manages to hit. Oh, you are reckless though, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
So I'll say that so I will just, okay, so it's actually 2 more hits.
Okay.
And you are raging, so half damage. So that'll be with all of those put together, 5 total damage.
Cool.
From maces. Okay. And on the roof, please give me your stealth check, Doot Doot.
Wow. Thanks.
Okay. So you do get partial cover though. So they will I believe I will give you a +5 to you. Actually, yeah, I'll give you a +5 to your AC. So what is your AC with +5?
20.
20? Okay. They're going to fail miserably at trying to. They are really having trouble trying to find you, and you notice that they're starting to give up and maybe aiming towards your bandmates down below. Okay. With that done, we are now going to Twang.
Are there any enemies where I can target 2 within that radius, that 5-foot radius?
The archers on top, and probably you can get 2 out of the 3 without hitting your friends. The two out of the 3 thugs without hitting your friends
Sure.
on the ground.
Okay, let me go for the remaining archers up top, and I'll just use Call Lightning against that. It's a DC 14.
So one fail, one's save.
Okay. Should I re-roll the damage, or do you want to use the one from previously?
I will say just it is up to you. You can make that call now if you want to roll every time, or just use that.
Yeah, let's just do the 1 to keep it easier. So that was 8
okay.
lightning damage.
So one looks there's smoke coming out of their ears, still up, and the other one is a little crispy, but not really taking that much damage.
I point up at them and I wink, and that's my turn.
And you notice that their crossbows are now aiming towards you. And at this point, we go to the drummer.
I'm going to swing at one of the guys that hit me, and I'm gonna keep on with reckless. So, okay. So, whoa, is that max damage? Yes, it is.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. And they are probably not looking very good. Especially, I'll say you went for the one who was viciously mocked. They're not doing great.
Okay.
But they're still up.
Cool. Gonna do a second one at him.
All right. Yeah, that's they're toast.
And as going through that one, it's like, poor drumming form, and swing through him.
Okay. At this point, you start, as the new round starts, you start to see fear in the remaining two eyes. It seems like they are still undecided about whether they're going to continue doing what they're doing or run away. And now, again, between Doot Doot and Yeet, you can choose who goes first.
I can try something.
Okay.
So I'm going to stare the other two like dead in the eyes, like, is this really something that you think is worth continuing? And I'm like, look around you. We outclass you. We're better than you. Get out of here. I'm going to try and convince them to run away, basically.
By pure intimidation?
Yep.
I'm going to say, because of all that's been happening, I will give you advantage on that.
Ooh, fancy. Okay. Advantage. That is a special button. And intimidation. That is a 19.
One just says, "I'm not paid enough for this," and flees, which gives the two of you, Yeet and Crowd, an attack of opportunity if you would like to take it, or you can let them go.
Let me see.
I would just watch them run away. Or at least that one run away.
Yeah. Crowd's is gonna keep on swinging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That is just enough to hit. As you sort of get them on the backswing. They are bleeding, but they're running away. And the second one just sort of steals themselves and just laughs at you. As they get closer, and I believe Doot Doot, it is now your turn.
All right. I guess the archers aren't paying attention to me now, so I'm gonna try to scoot down a little bit more, like try to scoot to a different location on this building so they don't know where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna pop up and then shoot will a dart reach them from over here?
I'm gonna say, because it's a 10-foot alley and you're sort of reaching across, yeah, you'd be within range.
Okay. So I'm gonna fire a dart at one of them.
Okay. Yeah, I will give you advantage, which then will allow you sneak attack if you succeed.
Okay, cool. Advantage.
Are you going for the super crispy or the lightly toasted?
Lightly toasted.
Okay. That is definitely a hit. So roll the flute hyperlink in chat to get your damage. And also add an extra 2d6 sneak attack. So I think if you just click the sneak attack, yeah, so that'll just add that. So that is yeah, so I will now make they succeed because I believe the DC is 13.
Yep.
They succeed, but that entire dart itself hurt quite a bit. So you don't see them paralyzed, but you kind of got them in a vital organ somewhere. They're not doing great.
And then Doot Doot's gonna try to duck down again and try to hide.
Okay, we'll resolve that whenever it's their turn,
Okay, that's good.
which I believe is now. So the one that's really hurt is going to try to look for you, and will again give me a stealth check, please.
All right. Let me get out of advantage. There we go. That's a good number.
Yeah, they look for you, get very frustrated, and will also choose instead to attack Twang. So Twang, you are now getting 2 crossbow bolts in your direction. What is your AC currently?
Normally it's 19, but I said I was playing with the mandolin, so I'm not sure that my shield would come into account.
I had set it up as a buckler, so unless you're using a 2-handed weapon, I'm gonna say you're able to use your mandolin.
All right, 19.
Okay, so your shield just kind of catches the blow, and the other one also misses. So two crossbow bolts go in your direction, and your shield catches it. And that was the enemy's turn. Twang, it is now your turn.
Let's see. There's one person, if I'm correct, ground level, and then one more archer.
Yes.
Or 2. Okay.
Two more archers, but both of them don't need much help healing over.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go ahead and drop Call Lightning, or is that what it is? Yes. And instead cast Hold Person on one of the archers.
Okay. Which one? The one that both of them look equally bad, except one has gotten a dart in some key location that hurts.
Yeah, let's do that one. Let's see if I can
Okay.
find it here. So Hold Person.
Yeah, they rolled a natural 1, so yeah, no, that's an auto fail. And they just are paralyzed. And doot, you think your dart finally kicked in.
Yes.
Because it all happened simultaneously. So initially they're like, and then I'm gonna say, because it's fun, perhaps you didn't quite see what's going on down below as you're hiding, so you think your dart finally kicked in.
Yeah, Dude's not looking down there.
Okay, so Twang, are you moving, or I think bonus action? You still have a bonus action.
Yeah, I can't do anything with my bonus action right now, and moving won't really help us, so I'll stay where I am.
Okay. Rod, it is your turn. There's one person in front of you.
I can't see the guy who ran away anymore.
I will say the guy ran away is about 60 feet away from you.
Okay. I'll use my aggressive bonus action to move 40 feet towards him, just straight up, and then just walk the rest of the way towards him and attack him.
Okay. You will get a provoke from the guy you were next to.
Yep, that's fine.
What's your AC?
Still 15.
15? Okay, so that is a miss, as you are just too fast for them. They like swing and miss.
Mm-hmm. All right, and yeah, I'll just take yeah, so we're still going to go with a reckless attack on him.
All right, yeah, that's a hit. Yep, down.
Yeah, and as I just slam the axe at him and tag, you're it. And then just turn around and start walking back towards the guy who tried to swing at me. I can't reach him, but I just walk back towards him.
Yeah, so bonus action 40, walk. You would still have, I think, what is your movement speed? 35?
40. It's 40.
40?
Yeah.
So you would still have about maybe 20 feet of movement. Yeah, you're on your way back, essentially. Yep. And at the top of the round, you see a couple of windows opening up now on the first floor, and it's like, what what the hell's going on down here? You know, keep it quiet. Somebody should call the watch. And you hear these various sort of noises of people complaining at all there's like lightning going off. There is people yelling as they're being murdered, all sorts of things. And between Yeet and Doot Doot, who would like to go first?
You can go ahead, Yeet.
Okay. So now that there's all of these people watching us, it's time to put on a show. So there's one. Is there one person? Yeah, there's one person.
That's one person
still.
And the archers, their one looks like they've been held in place, and the other's not looking so good.
Well, talking is a free action, so welcome, one and all, to the greatest show. Watch as I skewer this hooded figure over here, and she's going to roll for her to attack with her rapier.
All right.
Hoo-hoo.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, sorry, that was with advantage. Try again. Okay, 16.
That's still a hit.
Okie dokie.
You notice that they have leather armor on them, but they're not particularly. They're sort of like those sort of like rent on a dime mercenary sort of people. They're not. They're kind of like low rent thugs. So I believe you just rolled attack again.
Yes, I did. How do I get damage on this?
You have to click on the weapon name in chat.
Boom.
Within chat. So like on chat, click on the rapier hyperlink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it.
That's awesome. Force piercing damage. I believe he was pretty fresh, so is not looking too keen, but also noticing that this ambush that was so carefully planned, or at least they thought it was so carefully planned, has gone awry.
Instead of doing a significant amount of damage, he just carved her name into his armor. As like, and that's his signature for you. Remember to come to our next show at the Shaggy Dragon. We're here every Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. I hope we can all see us again.
Perfect. Okay, dude, what are you doing?
I'm going to run underneath, like use a ledge as like a cover and run to like another little spot, pop up, and then I guess go after the held one, because might as well just take them out in the process.
Okay, then you don't need to hide per se, except maybe against this other one.
Yeah,
roll with advantage, please, as someone who is restrained or paralyzed cannot really fight back.
Actually, you know what? I'm not going after the held one because we can talk to them about what's going on. So they aim at first that one and just turn and shoot the other one. So I'll just roll it normal to hit that one.
Yep. There's a hit. You sort of get to see in between places that they also seem to be dime a dozen rent a minion.
Oh, so I did hit them?
Yep, you did hit them.
Oh, okay.
Since this encounter is very close to being over, I will tell you that the target to hit is an 11 or a 12, depending on what one you are trying to hit.
Nice.
All right. And with that
as well, or
I'm gonna say no, because however, there wasn't much left to them, and you could see they were planning on running, and they were about to turn tail when you just go, and they just drop to the ground.
Okay.
Now you're not sure whether whether you paralyze them or they just drop dead, but hopefully you'll find out when you go over there, if you choose to go over there at some point.
Yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, whenever I get the chance, I'm gonna just try to hop between buildings and make my way over there.
What is your strength score?
It's a 10.
So I will tell you on your next turn, if you want to do a running jump, you will be able to do it without a check.
Okay.
It's just enough
Sounds
to
good.
clear it. Okay. So now it is their turn, and one's held, one's gone down, and the one on the street, at the stern, the one next to Yeet has decided, okay, I'm clearly not being paid enough and will flee. In fact, we'll go past Yeet and Twang and withdraw. Like, they are just bugging out. So they will be, by the end of this, probably about 30 feet away from the both of you and 50 feet away from Crod.
Cool.
And now Twang. No, Yeet, you had your turn, yes? Okay, Twang, it is your turn.
Would I have gotten a attack of opportunity on the one that ran by?
No, they withdrew.
Oh, okay, got it.
Which is why they're not 60 feet away, they're 30 feet away.
Nice.
And yeah, Twang, go ahead. You do not see hide or hair of the archers above, except for the one you have held.
I'm going to move next to Yeet, and I'm going to hold my action, but maintain my concentration at the moment.
Okay. Are you choosing not to act, or are you trying to ready an action?
I don't think I'm going to need to act, so I just won't act.
Okay.
Yep.
Rod.
Can I shout out to Doot Doot to, hey Doot Doot, why don't you practice your people skills?
You get no response.
All right, and then it's my turn.
Okay, Crod, it is your turn.
Same thing as last time. Crod's gonna aggressively move towards 40 feet and then close the rest of the distance with his last 40 feet.
All right, you are up in that 4 thugs face. What are you doing?
I'll recklessly attack with my great axe first. Wow, double natural ones.
For whatever reason, Aldous, describe to me how you critically fail.
Crod's gonna be like running like as fast as he can, and he's gonna have like the great axe like in one hand, and he's gonna like forget to grab his second hand onto it and just try swinging down with the one hand, but because the weight's just too much, it just slips out of his hand instead of actually being able to hit the guy.
Okay. You still, I believe, you have an extra attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to grapple him.
Okay, that'll be an opposed check of your athletics versus my acrobatics.
Okay. Wow, still pretty low.
But that is enough.
Ah.
Yeah, and so just kind of like
You
just
are giving-
grab him around.
You are giving that guy a bear hug, or an orc hug.
Yeah.
Crod hug. The Crod special. And you are now grappling.
Okay, and that's my turn. I got nothing else.
Okay. Top of the round. You see people. There's more chittering, sort of going past in both directions as people are now sort of like. There's now more calls for get the watch here. I think I saw a body. And various things. You think the city watch is going to be coming in short order. You're not sure how and when, but they're getting alerted at this point. And top of the round, Yeet or Doot Doot. Who would like to act first?
I can go.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
I hear all these complaints. I'm like, this was all clearly in self-defense. And since Twang's Xing, I'm just like, and as they say, any press is good press. And so she runs forward to that last thug that you said was 30 feet away from her. And she's like, and now for the finale.
You roll with advantage as they are currently. I know there's probably rules about grappling, but because it's kind of cool, I'm gonna go with it. You get advantage because your friend is holding on to them, so it's kind of hard to really avoid getting hit.
Well, 24.
Yeah. All right. Yep. You autograph them again.
Yes. Yeah, 4 damage, and this time I get. Since this guy's being held back enough, I managed to carve the entirety of Pitch Orcs at Shaggy Dragon Thursdays 6 to 9 p.m. Like the whole business.
I'm gonna say at some point, the further you go around doing that, they're gonna start losing their armor. Okay, Doot Doot, what are you doing?
I'm taking a couple steps back, assessing my spacing, and just running and jumping and then diving and doing a roll and landing on the other side.
Yep, I will say you can do that easily as part of your move. You now have an action, and you notice that the one that you basically saw go down is, yeah, they're you got them right through the neck.
Cool.
They are not moving. The other one, however, looks still paralyzed.
I'm gonna start taking my rope out and just tying them up.
Okay.
And then once they're nice and tight, I'm gonna try to like lower them down to the rest of the party.
I'm gonna say that your action was tying them up, and then
Okay.
next turn you can start lowering them down.
Sounds good.
Like
Okay.
Spider-Man.
All right, it is their turn. I believe whole person doesn't allow a. Oh, they get a save. Yeah, that was I'm gonna say it was a fail the first, just for the. And it is a fail again. So yeah, they are still held. And the one that is currently in a grapple is going to try to weasel their way out. So it is now an opposed check. I believe your athletics versus, again, my acrobatics.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. They try to weasel, but you just hug them tighter. And they just whimper now, saying, "Please, please, I'll tell you whatever I want. Just let me go, please."
Okay.
And 2 people to question will be more useful than just one. I turned to Twang, was like, we can prisoner dilemma them. Or there are so many things we could try. There are so many interrogation skills we could use.
We can make an example of one in front of the other one.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, we'll have to debate this when we get them in a dark room with a single light spell hanging between them.
Oh boy, this is getting dark real fast.
Just like that salmon Waterdeep.
Yep. Twang, it is now your turn.
Since that one guy is tied up, Twang is going to release whole person.
Okay.
And who's actually hurt the most right now?
I think Doot probably is.
Doo-doo?
I have 2 HP left.
Oh. Oh. In that case, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at what level can I cast it at?
That is a touch spell, unless you have the ability. Yeah.
That's right. And I don't have Healing Word.
Probably the spell you're looking for.
Yep. I don't think that's on my sheet.
Wait till I get down there. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Just don't jump down all the stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just hold my turn. Or just I'll forego my turn. I have nothing I can do.
All right. I'm gonna Crowd, what are you doing now?
I'm gonna headbutt the guy that I'm holding on to. First one, just as hard as I can. Second one, remembering that Yeet wants to keep him alive and doing it non-lethally.
Okay, so then just make a strength check, as you are not proficient in unarmed strikes, as that is what it would be.
Okay.
Yep. So you will end up doing 1 plus your strength damage.
Yeah, so +4, so he takes 7 damage from the headbutt because I'm raging still.
All right.
Nice.
And then once more with failing, so 7 non-lethal damage after the first 7.
I will say that's enough to knock him out, and because you are not proficient in unarmed strikes, you can't lethally kill them. So
Sure.
you literally headbutt them unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Crowd is,
and I will.
Crowd is very proficient at headbanging though, because he is a.
Exactly.
Okay. So with the end of the round, I'm gonna say that this combat encounter is over. However, the watch may be arriving anytime soon.
Sure.
What are you collectively doing? I assume, Doot Doot, you will take your sweet time coming down so you don't incur any falling damage.
Yep. I'm finding the stairs and taking those down.
All right.
After I lowered the one from the top.
Yep. You have one. You realize now that clearly these are not one of your darts, as they shouldn't have been. They shouldn't have unparalyzed themselves so quickly.
Yeah.
And you think maybe Twang had something to do with it.
Twang.
Twang would like to head out to one of the entrances of the alleyway that we're in and just keep an eye out for the city guard.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Not deception, but perception. There we go.
Nice.
Ooh, nice. You definitely hear the sound of like metal footsteps. You get the sense you maybe have like about a minute or two before they start showing up. They currently don't know where to look, but you hear sort of people shouting from the windows, guiding them. No, here, damn it, over here. Yeah, you probably have a minute or two before they show up, and especially with bodies everywhere, you're not quite sure how they're going to take it.
Fellas, whatever you're going to do it quick. We only got a couple minutes max.
Okay,
Help
so we got
me.
This one's not dead.
We got the bodies next to us, so Yeet's going to take out her sunglasses and put them on the eyes of the one that Crud put next is holding, and like he's like, okay, hold him upright and let's get out of here.
Wait, real quick, can you help me get these bolts on my back? Just
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotta leave them in until we can get you proper treatment.
I always pull out and I never hurt.
Freezing. Oh, crud.
Oh,
crud.
Twang, put your sunglasses on this one and let's go.
Twang will gladly oblige, and on the way, cast Cure Wounds on Doot Doot.
Oh, thank you.
So
Yeah, you can. That can happen as you're walking away. So I'll allow that.
So
where are you headed?
We put the second guy's like between me and Twang, and we walk off as if he's definitely one of us. Yep, we're just weekends at Bernieing 2 people. It's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. We just party hard.
Yeah. Did you say we had a room?
Yes, you do have a room for rest your head for the evening at the Shaggy Dragon.
Like, we're gonna need to go back to the Shaggy Dragon.
Sounds good.
Yep. But ooh, this attack gave me an idea for a song, which is something I say as we go along.
All right. Do you have something you'd like to sing, or?
I mean, sure, if you want.
Sure.
Attacked in the alley, but the pitchfork gonna rally. For no weapon's gonna stop us, no bolt or knife or mace. And though we must share the spotlight, we will not be losing the fight. We will put on our performance. Your last sight will be our face.
Yes.
And Crowd is like clapping like with one of the unconscious guy's hands, like putting it into his.
I will give you all inspiration for that.
Alright.
And do you all know what inspiration does? And I guess I should say it for chat. Inspiration is something that GM can get, and what it allows you to do is you can use it to gain advantage on whatever D20 roll, except for death saves. You do. You have to declare it though before you roll, otherwise you won't be able to add that advantage. Barring technology snafus, you basically have one of them now to use at your discretion. And you make your way to the Shaggy Dragon. You see the barkeep, who also is the owner of the establishment, sees all of you and says, "Oh, it looks like you brought some fans with you. I assume you're going upstairs. Look, try not to make as much noise as you did the last time, okay?"
And Crowd just gives a firm thumbs up towards him.
Yeet will just kind of sashay up the stairs without really responding.
Hey, buddy. No promises. As Twang walks away.
Dude says nothing and sort of like slouches a bit more and doesn't make eye contact and just keeps following.
It says as you make your way up into the room, you now have one unconscious and one tied up. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna say sort of sees the knots and the binding and sort of gives you all just like this big eyebrow raise, but says nothing. And it's like, again, no noise complaints, please. I really would like to keep this establishment running well. I mean, I'd like to have more customers, and all that noise is just really drives them away. And sort of just turns around, and you go up. One's bound, one's unconscious. What do you do now?
So we're in our room now?
Yep.
Okay. So let's separate these two.
Okay.
Get them in as different apart rooms as possible, so one can be in the washroom and one can be in the bedroom.
Okay. You know that essentially we're sort of going with medieval style, so it's really just like a pitcher of water and a tub, and there's an outhouse at some point and a bedpan.
Yep. Okay. So if people want to take my lead, you can say no if you want. But if we close the door on the bathroom one, then we have the bound one in the chair, and we just lean him back at a 45-degree angle, and I go, "Here's the deal, smart guy. We're going to give you both a deal. If one of you manages to fess up, we'll kill the other one, and you get to go free. But if the other one gives up before you, that means you're going to be the one to go away. And if you both stay quiet, well, we're just going to have to hold on to you until somebody does. And we have many," lifts up the rapier a little bit. "We have some methods that can get you to talk if you were to stick around a little longer."
Stick. That's good. I like it.
Nice.
So are you the only one in the washroom with the bound one or the unconscious one?
No, I closed the door on the one with the bathroom, so there's no one in the unconscious one right now, just because we can't talk to him. What do
Okay.
other people want to do while I'm trying to basically intimidate this person?
I'm leaning against that door so no one escapes.
Makes sense. I'm probably with the other one that you're not interrogating right now. Just kinda
I'll
watching.
cast I'll cast a light behind Yeet, kind of like we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Right. Give me an intimidation check with advantage.
Nice. Uh, 23.
You initially they just sort of are like quiet, and then it's like
Lower the gag.
and says, "Look, we were just given a job to just grab all of you and take them, take all of you, capture you, and just take you to this hideout and leave you there. It was a simple smash and grab."
Yeah? Where's this hideout and who paid you?
I know better than to spill that. I mean, if I tell you, then they'll get mad at me and then kill me.
Well,
And
if you
yeah.
tell us now, you know what we can do? You can pretend, you can disappear. You can't have much attachment to this place if you have a significant criminal backstory. You can start a new life. You can get out of here because you know what? We're not leaving, and we're not going to be very merciful either if we see your face in this town again.
Point taken. So you said something about giving us a new life. So does that mean we get paid?
Like I pull out like one of my pockets and one of those flies out and is like, no.
Oh. Well then, how are you going to make sure we leave town?
Like I said, if next time we see you again in this town, you won't have long left to live in this town.
Oh. You meant to threaten me. Right. Oh. Well, and he starts kind of trying to roll over to kind of show his butt to you, but and you notice there's a back pocket and there's a little chit sticking out, and basically gives you the note and says, well, at some point we were going to get a second note as to where the dead drop of, I don't know where we were, we were just going to take you to the docks, and then at some point we would have instructions. I can tell you where the dead drop is, but yeah, I don't know too much about just Z. That's all I know. So I can go now?
Gong. I want to knock him out.
Okay. I'm gonna say, yeah, you knock them out.
I turn to the rest of the group and I go, so, an ambush that was supposed to take us to the docks. That doesn't sound like a very populated stage. What do you think they wanted us to go there for?
I think you're muted.
Am I muted?
I am. I was not.
Sorry. Yeah.
Crowd just was. I like ducks. We can give them bread.
No, docks, dear. Docks. Where the boats are.
Oh, things that go across. Well, try to understand.
I mean, there could be ducks there.
There's nothing stopping ducks from being there. We can grab some bread along the way in case we get some ducks so that you can throw them at them, Crowd.
Give me an intelligence check or history check, whichever you are better at.
In the meantime, Miriam, would this Thug's clothes fit any of us?
Yeah, I would say they're approximately your size. They wouldn't fit Crod though, because Crod's just a little bigger than all of you.
That was a 5, by the way.
That was a 5?
Yeah.
You feel like Z should maybe strike, like it's there on the tip of your tongue and the back of your head scratching at you, but it's just not coming to you. That Z sounds very familiar from your sort of background. It's just really hard to.
You just see Dude in the corner, just like sort of like arms crossed, leaning against the wall, staring off in the distance, just thinking. You see the wheels turning and the mouse running.
Yeah. I would let you finish your thought and sees what Twang's doing, like kind of observing the clothes. And she gives him like a raised eyebrow and takes out her disguise kit. He goes, ah?
Ah.
Crod helped too.
Yeah, so we switch over to a panel of seeing both of them in their heart boxers.
So what are you attempting to do with the disguise kit and the Thug clothes?
From what I can understand, we would dress as the thugs, and then we would disguise them as us, and we would drop them off there and then see what happens.
Okay. All right. That is. I would say that at this point it's getting close to 9:50. Why don't we take our quick break and then meet back at 10 o'clock?
Cool. Sounds good to me.
All
Yeah.
right.
Sure.
So I guess we will be back. We will take a break now, and I guess yes, whenever we are ready, we will be back in 10 minutes.
Cool. Sounds good to me.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. It faded away now.
Cool. Okay. Cool.
everybody. We are back. You are currently watching Vibrant, Visible, Victorious, and we are currently playing a D&D 5e one-shot orchestral treble, which is a band of orcs doing what a band of orcs does. And we have our lovely players, Vesuvius, Ed, Katie, and Morgan, playing respectively Crod the drummer, Twang the mandolier, Yeet the lead singer, and Doot Doot the flautist of Pitch Orcs. And where we last left off before the break, the band had gotten a clue that these rent-a-mercs had been given a job to smash and grab the band and deliver them to a dead drop in the docks. And it was signed by someone called Z. And then cue some mastermind montage of taking the two thugs that they captured, using their leather armor and clothes, and a disguise kit to disguise Doot Doot and Crod as who exactly?
We can also be croonies, or minions, or rent-a-mercs.
Or we could, since we only have two of them, we could have you two fake tied up, and then we'll see where they take you, and then you can break out whenever you want. I'm sure you have good lock-picking skills there, don't you, Doot Doot?
Yes, but I'm also probably good at falling behind and being sneaky if need be.
Maybe we missed one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I can be tied up. That's fine. I'm down with whatever the group wants, but yeah.
We value your opinion, Doot Doot.
Tie me up.
Very well. We put a slip knot. Crud, we will put a slip knot on you, and I'm sure you can just break out of them. I'm sure knots wouldn't even have held you if they were real knots.
Probably.
Awesome. So
right.
I'm thinking I'm wearing the one that I carved up with my rapier, and it's like, well, you know, when we're famous, this will sell well on D&D Bay.
Okay, I think we broke the flautist.
Oh my god.
That's great.
I'm out. I'm done.
All right. So you were told where the dead drop in the docks is, and you were told that you were supposed to just, I guess, leave the bodies and look into a particular cargo for a new note. Essentially, like you drop the prisoners off some particular place and then go to this particular crate. Actually, it's not a crate. You go, because I love using this every time in every game. You go to there's a bunch of street food vendors down by the docks, and you ask this one vendor for chicken lollipops, and you will then be given what you need to do the next thing.
Okay, so we leave Crod and Doot Doot just at the docks. And was like, do you guys got this?
Mm-hmm. Me great play dead.
I'll bring you back some chicken, Crud.
And Crowd looks up excitedly at that.
Oh, you too, Doot Doot.
Thanks.
Okay, any trouble goes down, you just break through a wall or break something or set something on fire. Doesn't matter. We'll get to you if you send a big enough signal.
Can do.
Dude just nods.
Yeah. So then we go off to ask for some chicken lollipops.
All right. As you go to the place where you were instructed to find the chicken lollipops, you find this one lone vendor with this barely bubbling sort of pot of oil and what looks to be some bird of some kind, bird pieces, bird wings. You're not sure if it's chicken or pigeon or some bird-like creature. But literally standing in a place where there's no traffic whatsoever, no foot traffic whatsoever, you're wondering how this person's even making money. And it's just sitting there, just 1,000-yard gaze.
Okay. Well, doesn't this look like a fine establishment? And she does like the heavy leaning on the counter type thing. We're looking to acquire some chicken lollipops if you were to have any in your inventory.
And the guy looks you dead in the eyes and says, "Okay, 1 gold piece, please." And starts taking one of the wings and sort of doing some really nifty trick and turning it into literally a chicken lollipop, dipping it into this grayish sludge. You think that's batter, and then tossing it into the oil and cooking it for like 2 seconds, and then wraps it up in rather sturdy parchment and hands it to you and puts his hand out.
I got this one. And Twang actually will put down 2 gold pieces and say, I need a second one.
Very slowly and painfully does the same thing again. And meanwhile, Doot Doot and Crod, are you playing dead or are you just hanging around?
Yeah, Crod is absolutely trying to play dead.
Okay.
Playing dead. Yeah.
After about 5-ish minutes, you hear the sound of footsteps coming towards you. And they sort of like poke you and sort of see if you're alive or dead. Do you react or sort of wake up or do you basically remain unconscious?
Crowd would try his best not to be moving at all, like as they poke him.
Okay. Give me a deception check.
Both of us?
Yes, the both of you.
That could have been a lot worse. I'll take it.
Wow.
Oh, has my bardic inspiration fallen off yet? Because it lasts for 10 minutes, right?
It lasts for 10 minutes, and it's been probably an hour or 2 by this point.
Okay.
However, they both rolled 1s. So clearly, again, whoever the Z is doing things on a budget here, and slowly just grab you by the feet and start dragging you. And you hear this conversation. So what was that place again? I don't know. Was it Smith and Sons, or was it Smithson's? No, I'm pretty sure it's Smith and Sons. No, you dummy, it's Smithson's. Let's try to find that note again. And then your legs suddenly drop to the ground as you hear the sound of paper, and they are currently looking at a note. And it's like, well, what does it say? I don't know, I can't read. What does it say? I don't know, I can't read. Why did they send us to grab them? And they're now bickering for about 5 or 10 minutes about whether it's Smithson's or Smith and Sons.
Are they turned away from us?
Yeah, they're turned away from the 2 of you.
Okay. At this point, Crod would stand up, I guess, attempting to be quiet at this and try to get behind them. Because Crod wants to smack their heads together.
Okay, stealth check.
Nice.
I'm just imagining like his head slowly rising into frame, like from behind him while they're arguing, and just going boom.
That is exactly what I'm thinking.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yep. There is still there is no they do not seem to have noticed you, the hulking presence that you are.
Crowd best at stealth. I guess I just want to I break my bonds off. I'm sure it's not like terribly difficult to, and then just
No.
come together.
I would even say that you were so quiet it just like slipped like silk, it just slipped off your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you advantage on this athletics check, opposing both of theirs with disadvantage.
I'll take it. 22, not bad.
Yeah. You smashed their heads together. I would say roll for fun. Actually, no, I'm gonna say like even with your minimum damage and doubled because of her critical, that's enough to knock them unconscious. Are you trying to knock them unconscious, or are you trying to crack skulls here? I'd probably have you roll damage if you're trying to crack skulls.
I don't know if Crowd really thought that through. I think he would just. I don't think he would be attempting to go for like crushing their skulls. He'd probably just kind of do whatever force came first.
Because it's I'm gonna say because it's unarmed strike, we'll go with unarmed strike. That's basically seven damage. No, you're not reaching, so that's 5 damage plus 5 damage. Smash. Yeah, they're unconscious.
Cool. And then Crowd would look very triumphant at himself and try looking for the paper they were holding on to.
Yeah, you find the paper. Which I will now instead show in journals rather than as we have found.
And Dude's gonna just slip out of their bondage as well.
And Crod's gonna like be holding the paper, examining it, and be like, Crod understand entirely.
What does it say?
So it should be in your journal now.
Yeah.
That's Dude asking Crod to hand it over so they can read it.
Like, I don't know, but I understand how they felt about not read.
They hold out their hand so they can have the note.
Yeah, and Crod just hands it over.
Hold the prisoners here until the heat dies down, then brings them to our hideout in the warehouse district. Remember, it's the one next to Smithson's warehouse, not the one next to Smith & Son's warehouse. I could see where they got confused. P.S. You'd better destroy this note after reading it, or I'll flay you alive and feast on your bloody entrails. This seed guy sounds... Why does that name sound so familiar?
I will give you an intelligence check with advantage now, or history, whichever's better.
Sweet. They're both the same, so it doesn't not matter. Oh, hey, I got a 10. That's nice.
Okay, so you know Z is actually one of the many aliases of the wolf, who is some sort of like minor crime / bounty hunter. Sorry, not bounty hunters. Like some minor crime mafia boss in this area.
Mafia boss? Oh, jeez. Why is the mafia after us?
What's a mafia?
Oh, the mafia is a bunch of bad people doing illegal things.
Maybe they want us for birthday performance?
They could have just asked.
True. Maybe they're shy.
And we go back to the siblings with the chicken lollipop. By this point, exactly in the same time that this encounter took place, the second one's done and is handed to you without a piece of paper. And just the guy just looks at the first one and says, "Enjoy," and then closes up shop.
Do you remember if Doot Doot likes theirs with sauce or not? Can I get some sauce just in case?
Oh, the sauce is behind the stand. They just closed it. Dang it. So she holds up like the one that she got, and she's like, "Is the note in this? Do we have to eat this? This is inappropriate for my cholesterol levels."
As you notice that there's some writing on the inside of the cone in which the chicken is being held.
She hands off the other one to Twang, the other stick to Twang, and just like unfurls the note.
And it is actually, it looks like a map of where where you are supposed to, I guess, get paid / take your prisoners, and it is basically a map of the docks and the warehouse district, and next to Smithson's there is what looks to be a back entrance.
She turns it around and shows it to Twang. Depending on what Crod and Doot Doot got up to, they would hopefully be at this location. Point.
Makes sense to me. Should we try to catch up with them or just meet them there?
Yeah, let's meet them there.
All right, sounds good.
We can give Crod at least this lollipop. I will not be partaking.
Likewise, this one's for Doot Doot.
Let's go.
All right, so I will say maybe about 100 feet before you reach whatever entrance is marked, you all bump into each other.
Crod, Doot Doot, we found you. Did you run into any trouble?
Trouble ran into us.
Well, Crod sort of ran them together.
Mm-hmm.
Typical.
They sound just like drum during solo.
How about I give you some inspiration for our next performance?
Please.
You never miss a show. For the show must go on. These folks, we won't let them stop us. We're the pitch orcs. So I hear Pay is in here, and also this is where we are to be dropped off. Are there any plans of attack? Beyond, just attack, Crod, we know.
I could do what I did last time. I quietly go behind them and pull again.
Really good at that, Crud.
Yeah. It worked one time, always work.
100% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
That's a big number.
Yup. And we're good at math. Let's go. Anyone else beyond the headbanging thing? The headbanging thing seems to work well. I admire Crod's ability to headbang. If not, maybe a little performance. Give him a little show. Show them who they should be messing with, which is not us.
Also, I just want to let you know that we're dealing with the mafia, so just FYI. Put it out there.
Pissed somebody off at our last gig?
Apparently, we pissed off Z or the Wolf.
How could we piss off anybody? We're amazing. We're the best band in the world, and soon the world will know it. Even the mafia. According to this map, we can go in the back way. Will they really be expecting if we all manage to charge in that way?
You're not sure.
Two of us look like thugs. Where are the thugs that you dropped off?
Oh, probably on the ground still.
Another costume change then, maybe.
Sure.
Do you head back to those two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we sport pretty much the exact same outfit?
You notice their armor has already been stripped. They've already been they're not dead, but whatever valuables they had on them have already been gone. This is not this is not a safe district. The docks and the warehouse after hours is not particularly safe
Yep.
when you're unconscious.
Yep. I nudged the two of them like, should have thought of that earlier.
Even their underpants have disappeared.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Maybe there's a costume party tonight.
Why don't we go to the warehouse and find out? Give it a bit of a look around. Maybe Dude can scan the perimeter.
I actually was about to climb up if you need me to get a bird's eye view.
We would love a bird's eye view.
And they just scamper up a building.
Are you basically scouting?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me first a stealth check, and then give me a perception check. Or investigation, whichever one you would prefer.
Sorry, those with advantage. My bad. Forgot that was still on. Let me try that again.
I'll keep the first number. Just
okay.
Regardless of whatever the first number is, I'll just keep that.
Okay, it's a 23.
Mm-hmm.
And
either investigation or perception, whichever you are better at.
Perception. Yeah. That's a thing. I see all. See nothing.
Yeah, you realize very quickly that in your scouting you did exactly what the note told you not to do. You went to Smith and Sons, not Smithson's.
God damn it. They're so similar. Oh.
I will count this as time wasted if you want to do another stealth and another perception roll.
Yeah. You want me to do that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're all waiting for about like an hour, wondering what is going on when you see Dude sort of coming in the opposite direction of where you were expecting them to come from.
Wait, where did you go?
Smith and Sons.
Isn't that where we're supposed to be?
No, we're supposed to be at Smithson's.
I don't understand.
Okay, let's all just go together. Do we need to hold hands?
No, I'm trying this again, and because I did re-roll my stealth and perception.
Yeah, so you weren't seen, and you get a better view. You notice there definitely is a back entrance. You also notice that there is what looks to be there is a sewer grate, and based on just some of the things you know from your tools of the professions, you know that in this town, because in the warehouse district there tends to be also like butchers and tanners and various other occupations, there might be sewer grates and drainage places within warehouses as well. So you're not quite sure where it would go, but maybe the sewers might be a good way to get in unseen, aside from taking the back roads.
All right. Now I'm going to head back.
Okay. You are all together again after about 2 hours of jumping from rooftop to rooftop and the fruits of your scouting.
Did you find anything out, Dude?
Yeah, so there is a sewer gate, and knowing this area, sometimes there's drainage gates within the buildings. So we can either take the back door or go through the sewers and pop in that way.
I am not going to get my boots into sewage.
I mean, it's a stealthier option for sure, but if you don't want to, we don't have to.
Well, I guess we still have this guy's boots, and she picks up the boots from the guard that we had stolen them from before. She had previously had the ones in her size on, but she could change. I hope we have time for me to switch into more appropriate boots for my style as soon as this is over with. Now that I think about it, this armor is unacceptable as well. I can't wait till we change back. I can change back into my clothes. And it was ripped from the last fight. We're going to need to get to a tailor.
Oh, come on. You're always like this. Jeez.
Don't bring up what I'm like. We need to have good aesthetic in the band if we're going to ever become famous like we're destined to be.
Because it's all about aesthetic. Has nothing to do with their music.
Oh, our music is flawless. But you know what? We could also be flawless aesthetically, Twang.
Dude's just pushing them at this point just towards the buildings. Keep arguing all they want, but Dude's just like, we're gonna go.
Crod's like helping push and kind of like leans down to Duke, be like, what that mean? Like, what aesthetic mean?
Yeah, so we're just arguing and not paying attention. Before you know it, we're in the sewers, and I'm like, what? How did we get down here?
All right, so you are all in the sewers, and I will say survival or investigation to figure out where you're going.
I would like to use my inspiration on this.
For sure. You may use your inspiration to get advantage.
Investigation.
Ooh,
Got it.
Crud.
Whoops. I pressed it again.
Yes.
I'm gonna say between Crud and Yeet, sort of following the stench, you figure out, especially with sort of somehow this unerring sense of direction, you find the correct grate that you think will take you to within the warehouse that you were supposed to go to. You are maybe 10 feet below the actual grate. I will say Crud because you made the check. You can roll a perception to see what you can hear.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it.
It's actually pretty quiet. There is the sound of activity maybe several feet beyond in some other area, but in this area it seems really quiet. Like it's not a very well watched spot.
Okay. At all related to the group, saying that Crod no hear much.
Okay, well, can we see anything through the sewer grate or anything like that? If we know that the warehouse is up there?
You see ceiling.
We see ceiling.
Wooden. You clearly are in a warehouse.
Who wants to go up first?
I can and start
Oh.
scooting
Before you
around.
go, let me. I think you got hit pretty hard earlier. Let me heal you some more.
Thank you.
I'll say if you had wanted at some point, well, no, I guess for Doot Doot, because you were spending your time actively doing something, you can take a short rest. But the people who were waiting for someone else could have taken a short rest, so I'll allow you to roll some hit dice.
Cool.
Unfortunately, Doot Doot, you were the one doing the active checks. So yes, Twang, if you want to heal Doot Doot, you may.
I will spend 3 hit dice.
Great.
Nice.
Okay, so are the hit points taken care of?
Yeah, so that's another 14 hit points for Doot Doot.
Oh, I got 14.
I think that's how that works. Yeah.
Yep.
And I am back at full health.
Cool. I'm good to go.
Okay. Okay, so are you, I imagine you are stealthing. Doot Doot.
Yes.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
There you go.
Okay. Very silently, you lift the grate and you peek up. You see, you are currently in a shaded area, and it looks to be like close to what would had this been an abattoir. This would have been where the meat would have been hung and drained. But currently, this is not being used. As you tiptoe to where you feel a source of light, you see essentially there's a main room that is lit by lanterns, the hurricane lanterns. So there is like a source of oil. They're lanterns. And you see a main table where there seems to be, oh, uh, 5 people playing on a round circular table. They seem to be playing cards as if they're passing the time waiting for something to happen. One of them looks a little more well dressed than the others, and the 4 others that are there are look to be similar of the Rent-A-Minion type. And yeah, that's what you see. And you notice that this is some sort of a warehouse of various crates, maybe some sort of import-export business of some kind.
Okay. I'm gonna sneak back to the group and just be like,
Okay.
I point at you and cast message so that we can communicate silently.
oh, cool.
Prod's like trying to count on his fingers as you do that.
5 people, 1 fancy person, 4 Rent-A-Minions.
Okay.
So if there's places to hide if you need to hide. I'm gonna try to go after Big Boss first and see what we can do.
Sure. I start just relaying the information to everybody else with the message. Like, a good portion of people to beat up there, Crod. And I am like, looks like somebody is in the business for a little bit of a half-work band. Though it doesn't seem like they're trying to get us through the normal channels. Don't they know we're willing to perform anywhere if it'll get us the attention we need?
Okay, so what is your plan collectively?
Dude's gonna run and hide off behind some boxes and try to be in shot of them, like in line of sight. Like, I don't know what they're doing, but that's what they're doing. What Dude's doing.
Okay, what is everyone else doing?
Frank's gonna go last because he has heavy armor and he doesn't want to screw everybody else over.
Okay. Yeet and Crod?
I'm just reading a couple of the spells I have because I don't know what they all do.
Crod 100% wants to try to do the exact same thing he did near the docks and just smash 2 of their heads together, stealthing in.
Okay. All right. I will give Yeet a couple of moments. Let's deal with Doot first, I guess, and then Crod after.
Sure.
Doot, give me another stealth again to go back up
All right.
and find a suitable hiding place.
The 21. Sneaky.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I know you mentioned you basically wanted to have line of sight, but the way the table is, there will be backs towards you. So is there anyone in particular you want to either have facing you or their back to you as you walk around? The fancy one, they're back towards you?
That's fine.
Okay. You notice they're playing basically cards. They're gambling. They're playing some version of 3-Dragon Ante or poker.
And I'm gonna line up the shot, and I'm waiting for Crod because I know Crod wants to do the cantaloupe smashing again. So, Dude's just gonna hold their shot, wait till Crod smacks if they can sneak over. If he can sneak over there and smack them, shoot for the the head honcho.
Crud, give me, first of all, a stealth check to climb out properly, as this is your first time.
Could have been worse.
Okay, this is enough that I will actually roll perception checks. Okay. As you lift the grate, it sort of catches onto something and goes, and at this point, the Rentaminians closer to this grate sort of turn their heads like, what was that? And the fancy person just is like, it's probably what, probably the dead drop people returning back. Go check on them. Just waves them on to just go investigate it. What do you do at this point?
Try to find a hiding spot somewhere where I can try to surprise them and still do the exact same thing Crod's been planning.
I will say you roll at a disadvantage as there's now active lookers.
Sure.
Meanwhile, Twang and Yeet, you are still at the bottom of the grate 10 feet below. Oh boy. We will get to you in a second, Crod. What is Twang doing?
Oh dear.
Did we hear the people talking?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
First you heard the grate and you're like, you're just like cringing maybe just a little bit, or maybe not. Maybe you expect it.
Sounds like they might require a distraction up there.
Distraction would be nice.
Apparently I also have a mandolier. It's like, are you willing to go for a duet?
Anytime.
Okay, so I'd like us to both burst out and just go ba-da-la-la-lum.
Bum 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 bum.
Hello and welcome to the show. We hear you've been interested in our performances, and well, your invitation was rather unique for the usual channels that we usually go through to get hired. We are always willing to put on a show, just to get as much attention on us as possible.
You pop out just as they turn the corner, and you see Crod just about to do this, like, or something similar. And they look at you, look at Crod, and they're just like, "Boss, we have company!"
And as soon as I hear that, I just right at the boss.
Okay, so I'll allow you to do this, and then we'll roll initiative.
Okay.
So, give me back roll with advantage.
What, advantage? Okay, let me redo that.
Or just roll it again.
there you
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so you get your sneak attack.
Sweet.
And I will roll. Oh boy.
I think I literally had that last time too. Yep.
Okay, so it goes, like very quietly, silent, and the boss just continues holding their cards and not talking anymore. Yes, so initiative, I will actually write this down somewhere. I just cleaned my desk, so now all my papers are gone. So I will just scribble it on this little box here. Okay, so with initiative, so it'll be Yeet, then Crow, then Yeet, Crow, Doot Doot, enemies, and then Twang last. Okay. So now, so Yeet, what do you do? As you say that, those people in front of you, they've called out to their boss. You don't have visual on your bosses, on the boss and what's in the main room yet. You just literally popped out of the grate. What do you do?
So we just see the 5 people? The 5?
No, you see 2 out of the 5 people that Doot had mentioned.
Okay. So Yeet is going to pick one of them at random and cast Enemies Abound.
Okay. Would you like to read out aloud what the spell does?
Sure. You reach into the mind of one creature you can see and force it to make an intelligence saving throw. A creature automatically succeeds if it's immune to being frightened. On a failed save, the target loses the ability to distinguish friend from foe regarding all creatures it can see as enemies until the spell ends. Each time the target takes damage, it can repeat the saving throw, ending the effect on itself on a success.
Okay, what is your saving throw?
My saving throw is a number that is 14.
Okay. It just makes it.
No.
Yeah, it just is like, oh, be careful of them. They cast all these mind spells. And
yeah. So Yeet's gonna turn to Twang and go just like, looks like we're going to have to step it up a notch. And she plays like a 1 chord on the mandolier and is like, I know you're way better than me at the mandolier. Let's see what you can do with your spells. And you get bardic inspiration.
Nice.
Nice. All right. And are you moving? They are currently about 10 feet away from you, and Crod is basically between. So it's you and Twang, Crod, then the 2 enemies. So they're 10 feet away from you, but Crod's in between you and them.
I'll just stay behind Crod. Crod knows what he's doing.
Okay. All right. So next is Crod.
Okay. So Crod is going to go into a rage and then grab both of his drumsticks and then just smash their heads together with those instead.
All right. I will say, I'm trying to figure out a good way to resolve it as you smash their heads with special, because I want you to do this really ridiculous thing. Okay, so I will say you'll have to use both your attacks, but if you succeed, they will both take damage from both those rolls.
Deal.
Right.
Oh, darn. Wow, those are unfortunately low.
Yeah, they are actually, even though they're dressed like rent minions, they seem to be a little more aware of what's going on and duck as you smash your drumsticks together and does not hit them.
Okay. That's all I'll do, though. I mean, that's basically all I have. Best bonus action attack.
I know you get bonus to attack with an offhand, but I was going to say to do that special move, that's all. We'll just roll with that. Okay, are you moving or?
No, I'm not going to move anymore.
No, you bonus raged, so that you can use your bonus anyway. Okay, so after Crud, we now have, I believe, it is Doot.
Is there any more other people still sitting at the table too, or did the other minions get up?
There's 2 more minions and the fancy guy.
I'm gonna shoot one of the minions now.
Okay. Give me since they haven't really noticed you and the boss simply got held, I'm gonna say you still have, because they are unaware of you, you get advantage.
Yes. Okay.
That is a definite hit.
Sweet. And then sneak attack as well, because they don't know where I am.
Yes.
17 the damage.
Okay, and I will roll. They get. They also just kind of drop their cards, but at this point, the other minion that's left knows something's up, as both their boss and their partner next to them have just stopped moving and is now actively looking.
And I'm going to duck back down behind something to hide.
Okay. So we will deal with that on their turn, which is actually now. So roll me a stealth check.
Cool. Me down there. There we go. There we go. 15.
Hidden. However, they say, I know you're in there somewhere. Show yourself and we may spare you yet. And they start heading towards your area. They definitely know you're somewhere in maybe 10-foot radius, but they haven't quite found you yet.
Okay.
And the two that are next to next to the grate are going to now work together, as they seem to be using tactics, and will roll with advantage against Crod.
Sure.
So that is an 18 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Okay, so you will now take with a short sword you take but you're raging, so you'll have this. So that'll be so that'll be 14 damage halved 7.
Oh, okay.
And then the second one will also try to, that is a hit, and will do 9 damage halved to 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always rounded down. Only hit points, I think, are rounded up. I think is how that works. I'm sure someone is there to give what is raw. So that is all of the enemies accounted for, and I believe your dart is basically they only get to do a save when they take damage after the poison kicks in.
Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
There we go. I was gonna say, let me check real quick and see.
For 1 minute. So yeah. At the end of their turns.
Yeah, and in the.
Okay, so I will roll those right now. Fail and fail.
Yeah.
And that is the end of their turn. And now I believe Twang, it is your turn.
Sounds good. Twang is going to cast. Let's see, where is it? Spiritual Weapon. It's a 2nd level spell.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to create a floating mic stand as a spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Is there somebody? Yeah. Is there somebody within 60 feet of Yeet and I?
Yes. The two that had turned the corner to check on who's making noise near the sewer grate.
Okay. Is there? Would I know that there are 2 people looking for Doot Doot?
No, because you haven't. It was sort of like you'll need to turn the corner and enter into the main room. It's just like a little nook.
Fair enough. I'll target.
You heard someone saying, come out, wherever you are," sort of a thing, but you are not, unless you leave this area and sort of look in, you can't really see.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go for the clear and present threat first. So one of the 2 at random, I'm just going to do Spiritual Weapon.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, oops! I thought I had rolled. Sorry, my bad there. Second level spell, spiritual weapon. There it is. Ooh, that's an 11 to hit.
That is unfortunately a miss. As again, they seem to be really dexterous and just ducking at the right moment.
Is it too late to use Bardic Inspiration?
I will allow it.
Okay, and that was a D8, right?
Yes.
Plus 6, 17 total?
That is enough. As they duck, you suddenly remember what Yeet said to you, and as they bob up, the mic stand goes boop and bonks them.
And that is 10 force damage.
Yep, that hurts.
And a single round bump rises from their heads.
Yep. Are you moving? I believe you still have your action as spiritual weapon as a bonus to cast.
That's correct. Yeah.
However, I believe you can only do cantrips because you did a spell.
Spell. Yep. Can I get to Crod?
Yeah, you're within 5 feet, so you can be shoulder to shoulder with Crod if you want.
Yeah, so I'll go actually back to back with Crod and then start riffing on the mandolin. And then between chords, I'll just touch him and cast guidance.
Nice.
Nice.
So there we go.
Guidance. Oh, right. It'll be useful for the ability check.
That's right. That's fine. Yeah. That'll be my turn.
Okay. And top of the round, it is now Yeet's turn, I believe.
Okay, so with the final raise of the mandolier that she has, she does a twang and uses enthralling performance, which means that she gets to... Oh, wait, no, not enthralling performance. Mantle of Inspiration, which means I can use my bardic inspiration to grant myself a wondrous appearance. And I am going to describe this in the form of a magical girl transformation. So, her blonde hair starts flowing dramatically in the wind as like a ring of sparkles kind of rotates down her body, and her borrowed leather armor from these guards turns back into her baby blue leotard, now with a sparkling Elsa-esque cape flowing behind, also flowing in the wind, kind of like her hair. She does this, and the She-Ra bracers show up on her wrists, and her mandolier takes on just a glowing golden appearance. And just there's so much wind just blowing dramatically for her. She gets like a pearl from Steven Universe season 1 as skirt on her, and she gets bright boots underneath that are kind of like ballet slippers on the bottom, so they're like skin tight, flowing up in a crossed fashion up her legs to her knees, and she stops and poses like this or something cool. And all of this is happening with a backdrop that isn't the warehouse anymore. It's like in a magical girl scene where it's just sparkles and roses in the back while this is all happening. And she just like steps down again, because obviously this all happened in midair somehow. And she goes like, gaze upon me, it's time for the show. And that gives all three of you guys 8 temporary hit points. And since that's a bonus action, she's also going to cast Fairy Fire onto as many enemies as she can fit without hitting Crod or Twang.
You'll get 2 of them.
Okay. Cast it onto
I believe there's an extra thing that as soon as you get those temporary hit points, you can immediately use your reaction, if you choose to move up to your speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Okay, I then in that case I go like, come to me and pose. Like, what pose does everyone else want to go? Because if we get you guys away from them, then we can get all 5 of them with a fairy fire.
That is a good point.
Band formation.
Gosh, yeah. Crod will walk over and just what's one of the can you poses like?
Yeah, it's like one of these. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, dude, are you you're muted right now?
Yeah.
Are you joining in or are you staying hidden?
I'm staying hidden. I don't fight in the open.
Okay, so Karad and Fang were next to you anyway, so I will say you don't get to provoke, but you get to do the cool movement and everything. However, you still only affect 2 because the other 3 are like in the main room. I'll say about 60 feet away from you, from where you are currently, unless you're moving somewhere else.
Nah, I'm going to stand where I am, so I'll still get 2.
Yeah, so you'll get the 2 that's near the sewer grate. So I will. So that is fail and a fail. They are now lit up with magenta glitter.
Okay, so and after we pose, I go, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and I cast like a ball at them, and this floating like rainbow colored ball just like flashes all the colors, bounces off of each of their heads to like each to a beat of the music, and they both start shining different colors of the rainbow. And this ball of light just thematically starts swirling around me dramatically so that I'm still the brightest bell at the ball. Because I will not be outshined, no matter what fairy fire.
Yep, that happens. And after that, it is now Doot's turn. Or no, sorry, it's Crod's turn.
So after running back to get into the pose formation, Crod will step back towards the 2 guys that got fairy fired. And he's gonna like bang his drumsticks and be like 1, 2, 3, 6, and then just hit both of them.
You don't have to do reckless this time, which is good because they are currently lit up like a beacon. So you get advantage on the attack.
All right, that'll do it.
Oh yeah. So they will both take the damage from. I will say because you are using your drumsticks, you can choose lethal or non-lethal damage.
The one on the right is lethal. The one on the left is non-lethal.
Okay, so one's knocked out and one just cracks their skull open and drop to the ground.
And
you still have your movement.
Yeah, how far away am I from the guys that are inside the room, like kind of still near the table?
I believe I had said 50 feet, so you still have your movement and bonus.
Right.
Although I believe there is your tried and true being aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think Crod's feeling the beat of the music at this point is going to aggressively charge in towards them.
Yep, you get there with your movement and you're up in their face. You notice that the 2 at the table are not moving.
Mm-hmm.
They're held in place. The one that I will say, because I slightly forgot about it, the one that is not at the table is maybe about, you could, I would say, use the rest of your movement to catch up to them. They're currently looking in a particular section of crates looking for someone or something.
Okay. I don't think Crod has the mental state to think of that right now, so he's going to stay at the table.
Okay. All right. I believe now it is Doot's turn.
All right. So, wait, hold on. Okay, I'm not muted. I had to double check. I'm gonna try to sneak around them to get behind them, the person that's hunting me down.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
All right, let's see. Not my best, but like not bad either.
I'm gonna say as you go out, you thought you were getting around them, but you land right in front of them. So you don't get your sneak attack. However, you are right next to them if you want to do something.
I'm going to
range. Sorry, I was going to say ranged attacks will be a disadvantage as they're in your melee threaten.
Yeah, I'm going to take out my rapier and just try to get him with that.
All right.
Nice.
Oh.
That is enough.
Oh, good. There we go.
Yeah, that was a good poking.
Yep.
All right. You have a bonus though.
I do. I'm going to disengage and then run off to hide.
All right. We will deal
On
with
brand.
that. We will deal with that on their turn, which is now. So I will roll to see if the poison has worn off. Still fail for both of them. Wow. Like, I initially was about to murder 2 of the 3 or 4 in the party, and now I can't roll to save. So those 2 are occupied. There's only 1 active enemy. And they're going to turn around at the new threat that they can see and will go towards you and try to attack you. Crud.
Fair. Yep.
And fail.
Okay.
With 2 attacks, manages to miss both. And it is now Twang's turn.
Ooh. Twang's gonna use his spiritual weapon as his bonus action and see if he can get that guy.
Yeah, I'll say you can do that.
Okay. So back to spells. Spiritual weapon. The 16 to hit this time. Sorry, I think you cut out there. Those.
That was a hit.
Oh, awesome. So we'll do damage for 11 force damage.
Nice.
Yeah, that is actually enough to, I will say with force damage, you could knock them unconscious if you want, or just kill them.
I don't think I'm worried about knocking them unconscious at this point. So
Okay, so yeah, that guy's knocked out. I'm gonna say that combat's kind of over as the paralyzed poison. I cannot save for it. So you have a couple of moments before the poison will wear off. What do you all do?
Okay, so I dramatically walk into the room that has like the fancily dressed person, and you said one other person who was poisoned,
Yeah, one of the minions that were
kind of struggling against the poison, and I just look him straight in the eyes and I'm just like, if you were looking for the pitchworks, I feel bad for you, son. I'm sure you got 99 titles, but a threat ain't one. What up? And just kind of like knock him over and like, let's tie these guys up.
Prod is going to try to finish the beat of the song that he hears in his head on one of their heads. Not the fancy one, just the guy he's right next to. Just keep.
Are you doing lethal or non-lethal damage?
It's probably lethal.
Okay,
I'm a little bit too into the music right now.
roll with advantage. And it's going to be, I'm just going to say, it's going to be critical damage if you hit.
Yeah. Wow, 2 just 11s. Okay.
Yeah, you kind of go button push, and I will say yeet, or someone kind of stops you from actually striking their heads.
Sure.
Yeah, so as the poison slowly wears off, you have 2 prisoners. What would you like to do now? You see that the one, the fancy duds one is furious. His eyes are glowering with hate at all of you.
Also, isn't there one still chasing after me?
No, they got dropped super quick.
Oh, did I drop them? Oops.
So I'm guessing just to demean him, we have the noble guy just on the ground, lying there. And I like do that thing where I crouch down and look at him like this and just like, so, what business do you have with the pitch orcs? Lower the gag.
Well, like I'm gonna ever tell you. And spits in your face.
Yeah. I turn to Crod and I'm like, his kneecaps sure look like some nice drums there, don't they, Crod?
Crod just like cracks his knuckles like, sounds like good drum solo time.
Would you like a drum solo on your kneecaps?
And Crod just like spinning the clubs in his hand, like walking towards him.
Give whoever it's between the two of you. You either can both roll intimidation checks or give advantage to the other.
I think one person taking advantage would be better.
Yours is probably better.
Mine's probably better. And I will roll. Boop. With a 26.
Oh yeah,
that's a 20. That's a nat 20.
Okay, so seeing that says, look, I was simply contracted to bring you here. Apparently, some shulgi from the band really had fleeced one of my many patrons and had contracted me to go grab the band and said, if you find shulgi, to bring them back to them. Everyone else was expendable. So, I mean, I was simply following what my patron had asked. You understand this is all business, right?
Do you have the wrong band?
Wait, yeah.
Because I don't think there's a shulgi in our group.
I am Crod.
They said they also said that that one was very wily, and they had other aliases, and to just grab the entire band and figure out who Shulgi was.
Oh, we're getting famous.
Just what we want. Like I said, all press is good press. But
go ahead.
No, you can say.
Oh, dude steps out from behind some crates and they're like, so Lord Cunningham decided to send you after me, is that right?
Look straight at you. Eyes certain widen as realize, yes, exactly. You must have done quite a number, haven't you, Shulgi?
Oh, we have many good numbers. Just listen to our band.
Yes, like 3. Good number.
And just sort of glowers at you and then goes right back to Doot Doot and says, well, it seems like you are a lot of trouble to get. I mean, 250 gold is a lot of money to fleece off of someone like Lord Cunningham.
I mean, if he was a better lord, he'd have a better way of hiding it.
Each eyes are bugged open at this interaction.
Why are we living in the accommodations that we're living in?
Like, you have how much gold?
Just how many is that?
This many.
Oh.
I did.
There's a rather bulging coin pouch next to the fancy duds.
And I think Crowd would probably just, like, if he noticed it, would probably just grab it and just kind of feel how heavy it is.
It's pretty heavy. You think maybe 250 gold heavy?
Mhm.
What were you gonna say, Doot?
God.
So, are you trying to plant that money on me?
Oh no, that was my commission for getting you. After all, he said that it wasn't the money he was after, it was the principle of it.
Well, I'm willing to keep 250 gold. Imagine the venue we could rent with that.
How about we send him a gift back? Crod, you want to make this person a basketball?
Yes, I can do. And Crowd just like pulls his axe out.
Wait! Since you already took my commission, perhaps I can say that you got damaged en route and therefore are now off the deceased, and perhaps we never see each other again?
Oh, you'll be seeing us again. We're going to be on the poster of every poster in town, whether it's wanted posters, performance posters. We're going to be all over the map, and you won't be able to get away from our face. I turned to Crod, and I'm just like, and it seems there's no business like show business. So a basketball it may have to be.
No, wait, seriously? And what are you doing, Crod?
As he...
I will give you more! I'll give you double the amount! Just let me go!
As he just said there, Crod's like, show's over! And just chops like at his neck with his great axe.
And...
We're murderers.
I mean, been murderers, but
yeah, but now we're rich murderers.
Now we're really dark murderers.
So as an epilogue, what do you do with 500 gold pieces? You know, at the end of every band movie, there's an epilogue of what each character does.
Yeah.
So let's start with Twang.
I think Twang's upgrading his mandolin. We'll upgrade from gut strings to like really nice steel strings. And then he'll get like nice inlays made into the mandolin.
Hey, Yeet.
Yeet is going to book us for a venue that is way too large. It'll start with like one shot of them performing and it looking kind of successful because you can just see the front of the stage, and then it zooms out to show that there were only like 3 lines of people for a relatively large, like lecture hall sized performance area, and then a shot of her trying to crowd dive and that not working out because there aren't enough people.
Okay, and what does Doot do?
They just stay out of the way, honestly. Like, they allow the money to be spent however they want to use it. They they sharpen their flute, dagger, dart thing a bit more. But other than that, they're just keeping a low profile and keeping an eye out.
All right. And Crud.
Crod would get a pet wolf and try to teach it to how to play the drums too. But the dog just thinks the wolf thinks he's just playing fetch, so he just like grabs the clubs, and Crod's happy enough with that. He just got a little wolf pet too, and is just having a merry old time with some nice bigger clubs.
And as all of this is happening, you cut to a scene of what looks to be a very beautiful mansion estate of some noble, and there is this box that appears, and you see this very noble, very sort of clearly dripping with money and influence and status approaching it, saying, "Oh, I wonder what has come in for me today." And you see the lid open and a scream as the movie and the credits start rolling at this point. Um, so that is ORKhestral Treble. As much as I said that it was not going to be combative, it seemed to be. We got into fights.
Yeah. As the
and-
credits roll, I did write one more thing.
all right,
Please.
sure. Please go ahead.
I can't do poker rap. I don't think it's not a event, but I'm gonna just probably rap this anyways. And just so like as it's going, we hear a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 6. And then, that's our adventure. That's our show. So much that we did and more to go. Cried like a headboard, banging away. Doot doot flutes and their secrets at bay. Twang can rock and shock and slay. Yeet can kill it and always get paid. We're pitch orcs, pitch orcs, pitch orcs. Nothing can stop us. We're pitch orcs, pitch orcs, pitch orcs, and that's all, folks. Mic drop.
Yeah.
Okay, so as part of our wrap up, let's go around the table introducing. First of all, thank you everybody for who tuned in and watched our stream, and who commented on chat. And you can join our Welcome to the Party Discord if you want to get involved with the show or talk about our show and the many other shows on this channel. And let's have a quick reintroduction of all our players before we leave, where we can find them, any projects that are there. We'll start with Varsuvius.
Yep. My name is Varsuvius. You can find me at Varsuvius on Twitter. It should be on the screen. It's kind of weird to spell. I like playing tabletops. I do have my own game that I stream most of the time, every other Saturday. It's just a regular 5e game. And we are in the midst of some fun stuff in that. I usually just do more lurking and just post about whatever kind of nerdy stuff that there goes on.
Okay, and Ed?
Hi, I'm Ed. I have been playing Twang, the half-orc cleric, and you can find me on Twitter at Dreaming of Light. And on Fridays, I play in a 5e homebrew game. It's on twitch.tv/madbirdstreams, and that goes on at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern.
And Katie?
I am Katie. I have been Yeet, your half-orc bard for the evening. You can find me on Twitter at Katie Peak, as it shows on the stream screen. Sometimes you can find me on Twitch at Macaroni, letters KTX, where sometimes I play Tetris 99.
Awesome. And Morgan?
Hi, I'm Morgan. I played Dude or Shulgi, as you found out their secret identity. I am on Twitch and I'm not on Twitch. I'm on Twitter. The other T word on Twitter at Serena Bezos. I'm also on Instagram. I do a lot of streams here and there. I work on some podcasts with Roll to Play. But yeah, I love tabletops. I love role-playing games, and I just enjoy doing this. So thanks so much for having us. And thank you so much, Miriam, for running this for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
A very good
fun.
game.
Thank you. I'm hoping to release this on DM's Guild or Drive Through RPG soon. Probably in a month's time, because clearly I have trouble saying no to a lot of things I do, which is at this point I can talk about myself. I am Miriam. You can find me on Twitter, media_junkie. I am the GM of the Musafirs podcast, which is coming out in April because we finally have some recordings and everything done. Woohoo! And I do also have a Patreon, which is patreon.com /my name MARIAMAHMAD, where you can see me writing about Surzamine, which is my campaign setting for 5e. And I'm here on V3, either as a player or as a GM. And if you want to participate, if you are Black, Indigenous, be a person of color, white passing, or mixed race, you should check out Welcome to the Party's Discord or message the mods that are there, tell them you're interested, and we'll take it from there. And we have quite a few games coming up in April, which, yeah, definitely check that out. And in addition, we will be now very soon rating Crits and Grins.
I believe that's
and-
happening right now, actually.
Yes. So, bye, everybody.
Bye. Tell us when to stop.
Yeah.
Forever.
Bye.
We can't ever stop. This is